What's up, everybody? Jake, aka the Mindset Trader, here once again to go over Bitcoin. It's Sunday, so we're doing the weekly candle close video. And this weekend, we actually had some unusual activity for Bitcoin. And when I say unusual, all I really mean is we had some decent price action. Not very good price action, but price action nonetheless, which could be very telling for what could happen this week for the total market. Stick around to the end of the video to see what I think that means. But let's just jump right into the chart right here. Looking here at Bitcoin. If you saw my last video, you saw that we had this falling wedge. You already saw that we broke down out of this channel here, but it was starting to form a falling wedge. You can see it a little better on the 4 hour. We even still had the price target there. And look, this is still a nice a potential falling wedge, I guess, at this point, which turns out is now officially invalidated. But we broke out. We literally broke out of this falling wedge, had the price target there ready. We can go ahead and get rid of that. This didn't happen. You know, it looked good. The reason why this didn't play out, well, it broke out and immediately the next day, the stock market fell, everything fell, and Bitcoin just said no, denied, completely denied. This is extremely bearish behavior, extremely bearish. When you have this bullish breakout of a bullish pattern and for it only to get rejected and not follow through at all and make a new lower low locally, that's extremely bearish. So just wanted to hop in there and show you guys that we did have that set up there, but it didn't play out, and that is a very bearish signal. When you have bullish signals just going the complete opposite way and not playing out. So now Bitcoin's sitting at 34,243. We are about an hour away from the weekly candle close and the daily candle close, of course, as well. Dangerously low to these supports. It's looking like Bitcoin wants to go back down to around 31,000 for the daily. If you really wanted to, you could say if we go below 33k, this wick down right here, and you have a couple other wick reversals, nothing meaningful at all. So nothing really happens in between this zone except for straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, a little bit of price action here, but either way, straight up, straight down. And now we're right back in that zone here. And the longer we spend in this area, the higher the probability that we will continue to the downside to see that 31k level. So you see, we did have, it looked like that we were finally going to get some bullish momentum here. We had one day. That's all they could muster. That's just not good at all. That has got to be the worst green histogram island I think I've ever seen. So, and now we're right back to where we started, back in the negative momentum. And yeah, so for the daily, it's just not looking very good. And when we zoom out to the weekly, the all-important weekly, this candle is 57 minutes away from being painted, and it is a terrible one. Just another week of losses. At this point, we are basically 30% down, 6 straight weeks of price decline. Nothing bullish about this. The negative momentum's continuing to build. You see, we're a long way off from even testing this RSI supply line here, which is just an idea. So for the weekly, it's even more clear. Straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down. And now I expect us to go straight down. For the weekly, we do see more volume starting to build up again. So for the weekly, I would say that the target for this week, it's just not very bullish. So I would say we're going back down to test this 30k level. Now, honestly, it wouldn't be very good if we come back down to test this. We're just absorbing all this remaining demand, in my opinion, here. And if we hit this 30k level, I feel like it's a higher probability than not that we would break through this 30k level. And I mean, there's nothing here if we break this support at all. So it's just straight up. There's literally nothing to the left looking here. So it would not be very good. nothing bullish to say about Bitcoin as a whole at all. From what all the technicals are telling me, it's just, there's no bids. There's nobody buying this right now. And that's because of how the indexes are playing out and the market is playing out. So what I said earlier in the video about how we had that bullish breakout of the falling wedge, that was super bearish. Now, normally earlier in the video, when I first started this video, I said that Bitcoin's doing something that it normally doesn't do, and that is have price action on the weekend. Normally in weekends, it's very low volume, not a lot of price movement, sort of trades in like a local rectangle sort of. So, but this weekend, as you can see, the past 2 days, we've been going down in price action, just still more selling pressure. And so that is another very bearish signal in my opinion. So what that means, I think, for this asset anyway, for this week, is that we could see more selling, continued selling, not only in the crypto space, but also in the stock market space. So I'd just be very wary about taking any longs right here. This is in the dead middle of a range. This is not a trading opportunity, in my opinion, at least for reasonable gains. But you know, I'm not a financial advisor, so you got to do your own research on this. But from what the chart tells me is that we have more downside still to go. So that's going to be my video for Bitcoin this week. I do see more downside potential. I don't like being a bear, but I just got to go by what the chart tells me. That's the only thing. It's the only way I trade. It's the only way I view the market, honestly. So I have to go with that. So that being said, guys, I want to appreciate you guys stopping by. If you like the video and want to support the channel, please drop a like, drop a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to see when I post videos. I'll be doing more uploads here in the coming days, depending on how the price action works out, to see if we do get the follow through. But until next time, guys, don't forget to do something your future self will thank you for. And remember, mindset matters.